Good evening, ladies, and welcome this June 1st to our first workshop of the month. We have very special guest, Rebecca Flores from Activate, that is going to be talking about the awesome opportunities that are available for IT training. So welcome, Rebecca.
Thank you so much, everyone, for having me here. Gloria, thank you for your time and allowing me to be here to present. First of all, I just want to tell you a little bit about myself. Again, my name is Rebecca Flores. I work with Activate Work. We are located in Denver. For those of you that are familiar with Denver, in the cash register building downtown. I have been with Activate for 2.5 years. I do absolutely love what I do. And it is a privilege and honor to be able to share with you today. We know that Gloria and the company, that the organization.
So my meeting has started, babe. Let's talk about it.
So I do have a power presentation to show you. I do ask that if there is any questions, that you would just save them to the end so I can make sure I can popcorn the questions for you guys. Also, if you don't have any questions and you just have a comment, I would love to hear that as well. Something else about me, I do have 3 kids. I do have a mom voice. I don't know if anybody else has a mom voice. I surely do, English and Spanish. And I do have a mom look. Everybody should have a mom look if you have children, or an auntie or a grandma or a cousin, those specific looks. So if I get one of those looks, don't worry. I definitely understand. I say all that because in Zoom, you could probably have a child running around and you're like, don't do that. You know, I'm totally okay with that. No worries. And so with that being said, I will share. Is there any questions before we start? Okay, great. I know also that you are able to like put a hand up on the Zoom if you need to. You're welcome to do that. And let me get going here. All right, can everybody see my screen? Okay, perfect. So just again about Activate Work. Activate Work is a nonprofit recruiting, training, and coaching organization that connects people to life-changing careers. Traditional hiring leaves valuable talent out by bridging the gap between underrepresented communities and companies who need talent. We spread, which is Activate Work, spread opportunity equally across society. We prepare our learners to excel in new careers with no skills training, professional and life skill coaching, job placement with an average starting wage of more than $20 an hour, and 12 months of coaching and support in their new career. Our model is one of few proven to launch people into lasting economic freedom. What this is saying is we work really hard to make sure that we have very solid places in place for candidates coming in. We do hire for IT is what we're focusing on this year. We also hire for healthcare as well, and I'll get into that shortly. But for the IT, this is what we're doing across the board for all of our candidates. We've done since 2019. Activate Work did start in 2016. And we focused mainly on healthcare. And then we went into 2019, 2020, and we started working in IT because that was another organization, another part that was very high, booming, wanting people, needing people, and excited to be able to work with our candidates. And let's see. We also partner with an organization that's a nonprofit named Perscolas. They are located on the East Coast. And with Perscolas, it's a national nonprofit that drives positive and proven social change in communities across the country. So Perscolas advances economic equity through rigorous training for tech careers, connecting skilled talent, and leading businesses. So with Perscolas, I mean, there's such a plethora of opportunity with them, and we've connected with them to make sure that our candidates, our learners have the most opportunities as possible. These are some numbers, just was starting to get into it. So we believe thriving workforce starts with equitable access to education. Cities nationwide and growing, so we're in 17 cities, and of course there's more to that. Individuals trained 14,000. We envision a tech workforce as diverse and diverse customers that it serves. There is 87% of learners who are enrolled graduate. 85% of graduates earn at least one IT industry certification, and 80% of our graduates retain employment for at least 1 year. There have been candidates that are longer, but that is an average that we're able to utilize for numbers' sake. All right, so how we train. Industry-informed technical training is where we're at, is what we do. Professional development, and then direct connections to jobs at employer partners. So in this sense, this is basically what I'm doing. I'm on the ground running. I'm making sure that candidates are aware. We also are utilizing as much tech as we can, online, virtual, things to that nature. Mainly it's on the ground running like I'm doing now, just making sure that we're connecting with candidates, nonprofit organizations, letting them know that we are a trusted community that we can help build and have a career, a steady, great career opportunities for our candidates. And then also with that, the professional development, we do coach during the time of our classes, which I'll be getting into the timing of that. We do coach them because it is a rigorous opportunity and time consuming and all of that rolled into one. And then we also have direct connections to jobs. So we have a list of employers that you're able to, there's mock interviews that we do, there's shadowing that can happen. You can go to the company, you can see what the company is like. You're able to utilize just as much connections as possible that we have. We have employers come to our students as students go to the employers as well. So there's a lot of activity going on when you're enrolled in our program. All right, so our model, we collaborate with businesses to design training based on employers' hiring needs across industries, sectors, and geographic markets. We teach hands-on technology skills, training, and professional development. We partner with our learners, ensuring access to employer networks while advocating the skilled talent they bring to teach-centric businesses. Our model is that we support our learners to develop individualized success strategies, manage outside stressors, build pathways to a thriving wage. And our core values, these are very important to us as well. It's the ambition, integrity, professionalism, commitment, perseverance, and resourcefulness. So these are our 6 core values that we have. And step 1, starting. So explore Perscolla's training options to support your career. Then step 2 is the applicant. So applying and moving through our multi-step admissions process. Step 3 is learner phase 1, embark on a full-time rigorous tech bootcamp to launch your tech career. And the average commitment is 10 to 15 weeks. Step 4 is graduate. There's phase 2, celebrate your growth, connect with our robust employer connections to secure employment. Typically is 4 to 6 months in that. And then there's an alumni phase, part 3. Actively engage in continuous upskilling opportunities, professional development, and advance your career. And it's an average of 2 years. So basically when you're with Activate, you're with Activate for a long time. I mean, we want to see you grow. We want to see you, we want to set you up for as much success as possible. All right, and let's see here. So minimum qualifications. If you are 18 or older, that's what we do ask. high school diploma or equivalent, a U.S. citizen or authorized to work in the U.S., available to attend classes Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And pass the assessment overview and interview. This should say Mountain Standard Time, so I apologize about that. So you guys, we have a wonderful opportunity in the IT field, but it is a boot camp. So anywhere between $3,000 to $6,000 once you qualify for our program, it is at no cost to our learners. So we are funded enough to cover the whole. You have access to, you get professional pictures, you get professional development, career days, you have coaching for the whole time that you are enrolled in our program, as well as coaching once you get locked into a career that you're interested in, a company that you're interested in. You have a whole year that you're able to be coached, and it's a one-on-one via Zoom. So it's not a circle where everybody talks about the situation or anything like that. It's personal, it's dedicated to you, making sure that you are on the road to success and building and molding and shaping anywhere and anything that we can do to help you. The requirements, it is a lot, but we have seen a very high, as you can see the numbers, the success rate that we have candidates going just as hard as you're working. We're working for you to make sure that you are set up for success. But these are the requirements. Let's see. So the typical schedule in regards to the 9 to 4 is going to be Monday through Friday, 4 days dedicated to tech training, 1 day dedicated to professional development. Additional learner support workshops are provided for you as well to support individual, personal, and professional growth. 15 to 20 hours per week of individual study time outside of class hours. So I'm not kidding when I say it's boot camp, but I definitely have seen amazing candidates come through our program as well. Our up and coming IT support and security fundamentals starts June 13th and goes through September 30th. Again, that's the 9 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. It is a hybrid model, and with 1 day on-site career advanced training, employer engagements, there's 15 weeks of intense training. No tech experience is needed. Existing knowledge preferred. So I can tell you, I just use a laptop and computers before Zoom started as much as I could, just even to like turn the button on. Sometimes they have them in funky places, but if you do have technology information already ahead of time, that's great. If you just know the basics, that's perfectly fine as well. You do get a CompTIA A+ in this in the security fundamentals. Technical skills, you are utilizing the hardware, software, troubleshooting. There's network admin, behavior analyst, so security monitoring, apprenticeship opportunities with select employers are available as well. Employment opportunities, tech support engineering, system analyst, IT specialist. So there's a lot of things that the Security Fundamentals course does offer, and you are able to utilize in this specific space. And that is again, June 13th through September 30th. Now, another class that's going to be starting is going to be July 25th, and that's our desktop support. That's July 25th through November 4th. That is also 9 to 4. It's a hybrid model. That is 14 weeks of intense training, CompTIA A+. These topics that we'll be talking about are going to be the tech support fundamentals, installation, configuration, maintenance, troubleshooting, data migration, mobile device, cloud, computer networking, IT security, troubleshooting. The platforms that we utilize for the desktop support is the Windows Server, Mac OS, Android, Command Line, PowerShell. Then you also have the employment opportunities that include desktop support technician, tier 1 and 2 help desk support. That's also all, you're on the phone as well with that. Tech support representative, system analyst, and consultant. And this is again for our desktop support starting on July 25th. the career development training, which we were talking about just a little bit earlier. The goal of career development is to coach learners in developing the business essential skills that employers desire. So professional communication, corporate speakers, mock interviews, resume coaching, collaborative mindset, networking opportunities. Something that I love about Activate Work is that we are partnered with a lot of companies and organizations that allow us to basically put our people into flourishing situations. So we might ask you to come and speak. We might ask you to, and also, I mean, Dressing for Success, there's outfits that you're able to utilize and put together and come in your best. Networking opportunities. We'll have events where we ask our students to come and speak, to come and mingle, to network, to just see the companies that are coming. Sometimes the great thing I like is that you can go to an organization or a company and you can get the vibe, you can see how it's going, you can see what it's all about if you're interested in it, because sometimes you might not want to work at this company, but you see another opportunity and you really want to work with them. And so we do have a plethora of options, wonderful career opportunities with our learners that we have. Ace is on this phone call. He's an amazing networking person, gets us a lot of on the field with our employers. So kudos to Ace on here. All right, so learner support team. Again, you are supported. We want to make sure that you are set up for success. So wellness building, we collaborate with learners to examine what wellness means for you, explore self-care tools, build a reflective professional practice. And with that, we do work rhythm. We partner with you to identify and build your unique and optimum rhythm, weaving together life, Priscolas, and ultimately a tech career. Wealth building, we focus on financial capability through workshops and one-on-one coaching to build financial management skills, identify your individual path to achieve financial goals. Let's see. Employment connection. So Activate Work works with the employers in Colorado, Trimble, Arrow, these are just a few, Trimble, Arrow Electronics, Flexential, First Bank, Janus Henderson, King Identity, Denver Health, SCL Health, Centura, Ardent Mills, Longview Systems, and more. All right, so professional coaching. After getting hired, Activate Work supports you with ongoing professional coaching to help you acclimate to your role and becoming upwardly mobile topics, including managing stress in the workplace, understanding your benefits. I wish I had that when I was starting out, because understanding my benefits is, I don't know if you guys had that problem. It was like a whole different language. I had no idea what they were talking about. Budgeting and wealth management, remote work strategies, navigating workplace dynamics, professional communication, and more. Let's see. All right, we're almost there, guys. So the professionalism, more than three. So in regards to the schooling, because it is a virtual or it's a hybrid model, attendance is very, very important. So attendance policy, more than 3 tardies and or more than 3 missed days absences may result in dismissal from the training. Tardies equal missing fewer than 3 hours, absences missing more than 3 hours. Learners are expected to arrive at least 15 minutes early to class. So this is kind of diving in a little bit more deep, but I just want to make sure that everybody is aware of what you would be getting into. And let's see. Again, there's no experience required, but must have basic computer proficiency, age 18 or older, have a high school diploma, authorized to work in the US, live within commutable distance, advertised Priscolas campus, or being able to work down or being able to go to our downtown location, can attend class full time for the entire duration of the course, commitment to actively searching for IT tech jobs, ability to begin a full-time job after completion, demonstrate work ethic, initiative, follow through, coachability, technical aptitude, must have a passion for starting and advancing the career in tech. And we have just one more here. Give me 1 second. And if you guys start having your questions, you can start putting them in the chat, or you can raise your hand. Once I get out of here, I'll be able to see whose hands raised in the chat. All right, so lastly, I just want to let you guys know this is no cost to you, to our learners who are interested and go through the process. Funding comes through government grants, philanthropy, and donations. We ask that you see if you qualify for programs such as WIOA, TechB, JILB, vocational rehab to help cover the training costs of the course. Activate Work covers the rest with available funding, keeping this free for you. You may qualify for a scholarship. Restrictions and limitations do apply. Inquiring during onboarding process. So there are stipends that can be available, because when you're doing this course, let me stop sharing here. Hopefully, can everybody see me still? Yeah, okay. So during this course, it is again 9 to 4. So some might say, well, how are we going to start? How can we work? Or I work, or whatever the case may be. When you're going through this course, it is a full-time course and it is a boot camp. So we do have certain things in place. Sometimes we have candidates that are in transition, so they do have a steady income. Maybe they have a partner that can help them. Maybe they have family that can help them, or they have savings that they can pull from until they start getting on their feet working. Or we do have an available, depending on what the situation is, stipends that we can tap into, or there is, WIOA or things to that nature that can help also for the loss of income for those few weeks that we're in training. But once you are over that, and once you're done with that, again, we're not going to train you and leave you. We train and we help make sure that you are solid, that you're able to work as best as possible in the career that you got your certifications, and the companies that you're wanting to go through, coaching you for the first year of your employment. And again, once you're a part of Activate, I mean, we utilize all of our candidates. I've had candidates that have started in 2020 and we still are able to connect. We're still able to talk to them. They're alumni. We have alumni nights with our alumni to make sure that, and then it's networking. Our alumni has an opening at their position, or, there's just a lot of network going on with that. And I want to just end with, I am also a part of Activate Work. I did come through the program. It is a lot of work. So I will not deny that it's a lot of work. And what I love about Activate Work is that they met me where I was. They saw me for who I was. They saw the potential that I had, and they were able to give me an opportunity that I didn't want to squander. And so I just leave it with you guys to know that we are here if you're able and willing to trust us. Gloria has been so gracious to let me come and speak to you guys. We do have a course starting again June 13th. That one is pretty close. So if you were interested, you're more than welcome to still apply on our website. Or we have the one in July starting as well. That's similar, but there's a little bit more opportunity to be desktop support. That will be starting in July 25th. So, all right, that is all I have to say about that. Thank you so much for your time and patience and letting me speak to you guys. Is there, oh, I see questions. Let's see. Yes, so is there financial support? Yes. So there is potential stipends, great question. There is also funding that we can try and tap into as well, such as the WIOA or other organizations that might be able to help with that. It's not a full check or a full pay, but definitely some resources to help you in the meantime cover certain costs that we can help with. Let's see.
Ladies, feel free to unmute yourself if you have questions.
And I'm not sure I understand this question.
You may be seeing something in the chat I'm not seeing.
Yes, I have. Dion, can you, or am I saying your name wrong? I apologize.
No, that's how you say it.
Okay, great. Can you just kind of clarify the question for me?
Of course. I was just wondering if there is anything you can do beforehand to assess whether you have the skill, have what it takes to succeed in this program, especially if you have been trained or degreed in a completely different field?
Yes, so in that trend, that's a great question. And am I frozen?
No.
No, no.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So yes, that's a great question. We do ask that you or the persons applying, there will be an assessment given, and it's at least 10th grade reading, 10th grade math level. And in that assessment, because the security fundamentals and desktop support, there is a lot of reading, there is a lot of comprehension in that. So we do know that 10th grade reading or higher is more beneficial for candidates. Does that answer your question, Dion?
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yes. And again, if there with the assessments, and we also do an interview process so that you are knowing, we do also provide if there's a laptop that's needed, we try and make sure that we give everything possible to our learners. The great thing I love about this is being a parent. It's really helpful sometimes to know that I am technically working the 9 to 4, but at the same time, I'm home. I know that my kids can come in. I mean, now that it's summertime, it's probably a really good, for some, there's might be summer activities and things like that where you can focus on working, getting the education that you need, and having just access, like even Gloria, I'm sure she has access to certain things, but we worked really hard to build and have something for our learners to be able to pursue the career that they're wanting in IT.
Yeah, it sounds like it's very supportive, right? And a holistic approach to education so that, because a whole person with all sorts of life, right?
Yeah,
So
yes.
there's support for all of it, which is wonderful. What other questions, ladies, do you have?
I have a question. I'm kind of like cutting in and out of service. So I heard you when you were saying, what do we do for people who are working full time? And then that part after that kind of cut off.
Oh, okay. Yeah, of course. Is it Leilani?
Yes.
Okay, great. Love the name. So Leilani, yes, because it is a full time, you're at this current time, you're not able to have a full-time job because it is full-time school. And then and I know that's hard in regards to funding or how the finances would be coming in, especially if you have a family. So that's why we do try and tap into stipend, but it would not be a full-time pay if there was a stipend accepted for the candidate. So usually if there is a family support, or if there's a savings, and like I said, a lot of people kind of they're transitioning, so they have that time, that flexibility time. And if not, we do try to step into the WIOA, or extra funding that we can add, a stipend that we can add, and things to that nature. So that's a great question. Thank you for that.
Okay, and then I was seeing that you said how equipment would be provided, and then I heard you say that it was no cost. Was that for the IT program?
Yes, for the IT, all the learners, there's no cost to them.
Okay. And how, I'm sorry, I was trying so hard to listen, but it kept cutting in and out. How long was that course?
It's going to be 15 weeks, 1-5.
Okay. And then as far as how you were saying that you could stipend some costs and stuff, do you know about how much that would be?
For starting salaries?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Or no, I'm sorry, not.
Go ahead, Leilani.
Oh no, I was just wondering for how you said it wasn't a full-time pay, but is there a specific price that would be that we would be getting while doing the course?
So each candidate is different. I've seen it low as 300 in the month. I've seen it as or higher. So it just depends on what the family is needing and what funds we're able to tap into at that time. So I wouldn't be able to give you an exact amount of the stipend, because it just depends on
okay,
each family.
that's fine. because like I'm really interested. It was honestly kind of weird that this is my first class. Did you guys talk about the IT program in all of these meetings, or is it just this one?
It's just this one. So it was,
Yeah.
so I put out all sorts of things. We have a lot of partnerships. So yeah, so you made it, look at that, right? There's
Yeah, it was my first class, and I've been like really, really interested in getting into IT because I realized that I'm like not super like a people person. Like I love people. I'm great with like customer service stuff, but all of the career paths that I found that I enjoy do too much with people. And I was honestly looking for a really long time into something more computer like IT coding, stuff like that. And it was weird because I had just recently started looking into it a lot more. And then I get on this meeting today and that's what we're talking about. And it was just kind of cool.
That's
well,
awesome.
wonderful. And welcome, Leilani. I'm so glad you're here with us.
Yes.
Thank you.
So I had a question in the chat, and then I see Ola's hand, so I'll be right with you. So what kind of salary can anticipate after completing the courses? The salary can start anywhere from 35 or higher, depending on if it's desktop support. So you'll be working, on the phones potentially with laptops, things to that nature. So it just depends on security fundamentals could potentially be 40,000 or higher per year. It's not too high for the beginning salary, and then we have a candidate making close to 60,000 right now, and it's only he hasn't been that long. So there's potential for growth, and that's what I really love about it. That's the beauty about IT, is it's such a booming field. So you can start off right away in the 35 an hour or higher. You can start off in the 40K or higher a year. Then of course the companies and the organizations that we have to offer as well. So let me go to Ola, and then I'll come to Kim. Thank you so much. Ola, what was your question?
Hi, thank you so much for this presentation. And like you said, it's timely. IT is in a booming business right now. And I work with immigrants and refugees, people who just moved here or have been here and trying to either change their career or trying to move up in their career. And IT is one of the things, the careers they always look into.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
I don't know if we can partner together to see how we can offer these services to them. I know and what it will entail. I would love to maybe us meet one-on-one in terms of either virtually or whichever, so that we could talk about how I could have my clients really come together and have access to this service that you provide.
Absolutely. I put my email, Ola, in the chat. I'll also, you're more than welcome to email me if you want to if you feel comfortable, you can direct chat me, I believe, if you feel more comfortable putting your email.
Yeah, I'll send you my email. So if you reach out to me, that'll be great.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
And
thank you.
Of course, thank you. So each cohort, great question, Kim. Each cohort, we have 24 seats available. So for the security fundamentals, I know our seating is coming close for June 13th. For our desktop support, that's starting in July, we still have open seating. So if you have anybody or yourself is interested in that, you're most certainly welcome to jump on that. I do have my email attached, and also I will be sending, I'm not sure if I already did it, Gloria, but I can send you flyers I could also put the Perscolas on here. Let's see, give me 1 second. Let me get that real quick for you.
I have a question.
Oh, yes, of course. Go ahead, please.
Sorry. So I was wondering, how can achieving this or training in IT support someone in their career? Like, for example, you already have something going on. Does it, have you seen where people come and do this and it improves their job market or their career? Or do you have to completely stop what you're doing and go into IT?
Let me just make sure I understand the question.
Yeah. Mhm.
So if you are in the IT field, it does help. I mean, of course, if it is, can everybody hear me okay? Am I cutting out? Okay, okay. Okay, great. So if you are already in the IT field,
Mhm.
it is going to benefit you to have, if you don't have these certifications. Sometimes people do have these certifications and we can send them off to somebody else where they can build on it. If you do not have these certifications and you're coming straight from, you could be doing fast food, you could be doing warehouse, you could be in customer service, sales, things to that nature. If you're transitioning into IT, this would be a really great opportunity. What I love about it, honestly, is that it's at no cost if we qualify or when we qualify for the program. And so basically I'm getting an education that would be costing $6,000 potentially, and I'm getting it at no cost for myself. So, and I don't have to come in knowing everything about the computer, how to break it down, because that's what I'm going to be learning. So does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. I was wondering, like, for example, I am in the medical field, and I was thinking, does it improve my career in terms of how can I use it in my medical field?
For these specific courses that we have, it would not benefit for medical field in regards to, like if you were patient access, it wouldn't benefit that situation. It would, but I mean, we do also work in healthcare as well. So if you were to want to stay in the healthcare field, you go through the program and then you can get connected back to the hospital. We work with 3 different hospitals. We work with Centura Health, SCL Health, and Denver Health. So those 3 hospitals do hire our IT candidates, and they also hire a career track candidate that's, you know, if they're wanting to build their career, because hospitals do have tuition reimbursement and things to that nature. So they do help our candidates that go through Activate Work. We've been able to hire really great candidates in the healthcare field. So it's 2 separate entities under the same umbrella of Activate Work, but IT would solely be working, you know, in the field of maybe the patient access computer broke and you're able to fix it because you're in that IT field. Now, if you're working in the healthcare field solely in the IT, you know, the computer broke, you would call the IT candidate to come, you know what I mean? So it can, but it's not going to benefit you if you're in patient access and want to become a medical something. So it's, yeah.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Yep. Great question. Great question. Is there anything else?
Any other questions, ladies?
Sorry, let me see.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Sierra.
Can you guys hear me? Okay. Hi, I'm so sorry I'm late. It's like crazy dinner time and all that kind of stuff. So, well, I don't have, I mean, I have a college degree from 10 plus years ago, but I've been sober for 5 years, but I did have a chunk, you know, where that was kind of going on. And I have a 5-year-old son, so I've been doing the mom thing for quite a while now. And I just, you know, it sounded interesting. I'm extremely low income, but I'm just kind of curious about any kind of new opportunities and things like that. So, so these programs, so it sounds like there's the security one, and then there's like the more desktop functioning. So what is the frequency of the classes? I'm sure you said that earlier, but like,
so
if you want to sign up for, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead, Sierra. Sorry about that.
Oh, no, I was just saying, like, if you sign up, what is this, I guess, schedule of the classes?
Yeah, so it'll be Monday through Friday, 9 to 4 p.m. And it is a full-time course. So Monday through Thursday is class, and on Fridays is usually when we're able to do career development, which would be anything from coaching one-on-one to help with the resume, coaching one-on-one to do mock interviews, going to visit different companies, or having companies come in and do interviews to see how you're interested in the company, or they would give pitches to our candidates as well.
Okay. And how long, what's like the duration of the course?
So it's 15 weeks for the desktop support and security fundamentals.
Okay. For each one is 15 weeks, or it's for both of them? It's for each one.
Each one separate. So
Okay.
the one starting
Okay.
on, yeah, so there's one starting June 13th, so very quick, very in a couple weeks, and that will go through September.
Okay. Okay. Maybe.
And I just want to remind all of you, we are recording this session, and tomorrow Amara will go ahead and put it on our YouTube channel, and there is a link on your newsletter that takes you directly to the YouTube channel, so you could see it there too if you're missing any information. I have a question about this. So a lot of us do have some issues with not liking to be judged, right? And of course, an interview is exactly that. You are going to be judged. What can you tell us about that interview process of what it is? Is it super intimidating? What are they trying to determine there to kind of ease some of that anxiety that comes when we hear interview to get in?
Yeah, absolutely. So for Activate an interview, when Activate Work is doing an interview for candidates to be in the program, definitely it is making sure solely based on, hey, this is exactly a breakdown of everything that we're going to do. Sometimes, we've had candidates come in and say, oh, I just thought it was like phone calls, desktop support, and that was it. But it's breaking down a laptop. What does the inside of the laptop look like? Does the screen work? Can we put that together? Is there something, other pieces that we can utilize? And then when we let them know in the interview, like, this is exactly what we're going to be doing, kind of a play-by-play of the courses and what it's an overview of what it's going to look like, then it kind of lets them know their mindset is kind of changed or intrigued more of, this is what I'm able to do. Oh, this sounds great. I've always wanted to do that type of stuff, and then when we get to career development, we absolutely agree. Interviews can be a little scary and nerve-wracking. So that's why we do mock interviews. So from previously seeing interviews in the past, we're able to utilize those questions, bring them forefront and say, I'm going to pick on Sierra right now, but we can say, oh, Sierra, tell me about a time when, and you've already prepped with you and I because we've heard that question before. A lot of times something that trips up sometimes candidates, a lot of times, myself included, is tell me about yourself. And then we're like, oh, I lived here and I have this many kids and I got a divorce and I have, there's all these things that we say and they're like, actually, business-wise, tell me about yourself business-wise. And then, sometimes people go in like, oh, I got fired from my job, so we just kind of bring it to where it's professional, it's quick, one pitch role, this is who I am. And so we just work on things like that, professionalism, etiquette, what that looks like, what that sounds like, what our candidates or what our employers are looking for, what our learners, what you guys would be bringing to the table. I love, I don't know how many stay-at-home parents we have on here, but a former stay-at-home parent as myself, we know how to make food stretch. We know how to multitask. We know how to work really hard in stressful situations. We know how to pivot when something doesn't go as planned. So there's all of these great things that we love to bring to the table with our learners that sometimes might be overlooked, but you have the capability. So that's what I love. I love doing that with our candidates as a parent, knowing how hard it is, knowing, especially if you're doing a life change, especially if just things are changing. Everybody's learning something new. And I love that. So being able to, that's a long answer to somebody's question.
Thorough,
but
thorough
no,
is good. I'm a thorough person, so thorough is good.
Yeah, so it's good. So that is the initial one, though, where you're making the determination of whether this person is going to be accepted or not. It's really just to determine, to make sure you're a good fit, right? Like to make sure that you understand what you're getting yourself into. There aren't
Yes.
going to be any tricky questions or anything that gotcha, you're out kind of thing. But it's really
Right.
to make sure that you understand what you're getting yourself into, and this is how you can be successful at doing this if this is what you really want, right?
Yes, absolutely. And then, there's sometimes people are like, oh, I didn't know it was that, I'm not really interested in doing that. And that's
Right.
perfectly fine too. That's where you're able to say like, we're good on both sides.
Right.
Okay.
Awesome. Any other questions, ladies?
I also put my email. We have our Facebook link. I also put our company email for the desktop support. I put that link in there as well. You are certainly welcome to email me. You can give me a phone call. You can reach out to us. Our office line is open. I do answer the phone. I'm that crazy Latina that I will be there. So please, if any of you think of a question, are not sure, you can email me. If you're one of those that think of it at 3 in the morning, I will not respond, but I will definitely respond to you in the morning time. But it was a pleasure to speak and see you and be involved in your lives in this moment.
Thank you very much. You as well.
Thank you. Well, ladies, like I always say, if this is something that you are interested, don't let the opportunity go by. Get on it, turn in your application, go to the interview. These educational opportunities, I mean, I've been doing this for a while, so I see them come and then sometimes they disappear because people didn't take advantage of them or the funding is not there. So, make sure if you can all do me a favor and tell at least 2 other people about this program so that they can too, take advantage of this wonderful opportunity to go into IT. I have been looking at the jobs to see, okay, what is the entrance pay? It's amazing. It's almost a lot better than a 4-year degree, really, at this point, right? And not having to pay. You're not going to have the student loans and all of that stuff that comes with it, right? With the college education. This is really a great opportunity. All right. Well, if we don't have any other, let's see, Rebecca has an informational slide. Yes, absolutely. I don't think I received the informational slide. I might have. I need to go back and look, but I will definitely include that in the next email so that you can all, share it and take advantage of it.
Absolutely, I'll do that.
Thank
Ladies, you are amazing. And gentlemen, if there's anyone on here, amazing, amazing. I can't wait to be connected with you guys again.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Appreciate it.
And ladies, we go
Thank you so
forward.
much.
Yes. We go forth with confidence, courage, and believe in ourselves. Have a good night.
Yes. Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night. Bye.
Bye.
Night.
Thank you.
Bye, ladies. Have a good night.
Bye.